On me dit que nos vies ne valent pas grand-chose, elles passent en un instant comme fanent les roses. On me dit que le temps qui glisse est un salaud, que de nos chagrins il s'en fait des manteaux. Pourtant quelqu'un m'a dit que tu m'aimes encore. C'est quelqu'un qui m'a dit que tu m'aimes encore. Serait-ce possible alors?
Tangent Wines is a brand of cool climate alternative white wine grown in the Edna Valley, with a focus on creating refreshing, easy drinking yet complex white wines through sustainable agricultural practices. With a focus on innovation, the company produces 11 different varietals of carefully focused styles from a single cool climate vineyard. Tangent's catchphrase is, where pure flavor and alternative varietals intersect. Tangent Wine's mission statement is, we believe in sustainability, quality, community, innovation, tradition when warranted, and educating consumers in the ever-changing world of wine. Tangent Wines prides itself on being a sustainable and practiced vineyard. Among the company's practices are water conservation, energy conservation and efficiency, and pest control through the use of natural predators whenever possible. They have, for example, eliminated the use of highly toxic Category 1 pesticides and have installed raptor boxes which help to encourage owls and hawks to hunt for rodents. Because of this, the Tangent Wines mission statement is appropriate and relevant to the company's values and their proposed product positioning. However, for crafting the marketing story, there could be a stronger focus on environment, heritage, and loyalty. Furthermore, the company does a very poor job in educating consumers about the ever-changing world of wine. More than half of wine consumers are either unfamiliar or not at all familiar with biodynamic or organic wines. In order to best position itself for the future, Tangent Wines needs to conduct an environmental forecast and analysis. The four forces that we examined closely included economic forces, demographic forces, natural forces, and political or legal forces. First, let's look at economic forces. Consumer expenditure rose 8.8% between 2012 and 2015. During the same time period, alcohol consumption rose 14.2% among American consumers. The current Consumer Confidence Index is at 120.3, which is amongst the highest that it's ever been. There is a positive relationship between purchasing power and this consumer confidence, so the current outlook for Tangent Wines is optimistic.
Another environmental influence for Tangent Wines is in demographic forces. There are three generations to focus on as a wine producer: baby boomers, Generation X, and millennials. Millennials, although the youngest, make up the largest portion of wine consumers in America at 36%. Millennials also consume 40% of all the wine in the United States, meaning on average, they drink more than any other generation. Not only are they frequent and high-volume wine drinkers, but they are also the most willing group to purchase unfamiliar brands out of curiosity. Statistics show millennials are also the most environmentally conscious group. Additionally, 50% of wine consumers are women. Women are more likely to purchase white wine over red, and they are also more curious and willing to try new wines than men. Tangent Wines should target female millennials because of their heightened curiosity and inclination towards organic and sustainable wines, and their strong market position.
Tangent Wines takes pride in its diversity and the fact that it produces 11 different varietals from a single cool climate estate. In these ways, Tangent Wines seems to desire to set itself apart from the competition. Unfortunately, as impressive as this diversity may be among winemakers, the impact or importance of the fact that Tangent is able to create 11 different varietals in a single location is likely lost to most consumers who are more concerned with how their particular single wine selection will taste and compared to its competition. Management should be mindful that appealing advantages may not directly translate into being a marketable asset. Tangent should instead seek to position itself as an organic and sustainable, and yet fascinating and high-quality alternative wine producer. High-quality, highly rated, and yet affordable white wine produced by a company with a unique and storied background, and created especially for women aged 21 to 35. Before we can offer our recommendation on what Tangent Wine should do moving forward, we first need to look at its competitive set.
Here are some competitors and what they offer. Domaine Zine Humbrec Gewürztraminer is a French brand that is highly rated by online critics. They have several wines with a rating of 90 on Wine Spectator. However, they are very expensive, ranging from $26 to $32 per bottle. Tangent provides a better price point, but their wines are not as well renowned. The second competitor is Almo Chardonnay. Unlike the previous competitor, this is a specific varietal from the Mendoza region in Argentina. This wine has been on the rise for years because it carries a low reference price without a substantial sacrifice on quality. In fact, it won 2 different international wine tasting competitions in 2007 and 2008. Each bottle is only $9. The cheaper price point may be attributed to the fact that the wine is not organic. The third competitor is Don Olegario Albarino. Like Almo Chardonnay, this is a specific inorganic varietal grown in the Rías Baixas region of Spain. Don Olegario Albarino is one of the most popular Albarinos in Spain, which carries a level of prestige since the best Albarinos in the world are grown in this region. Since most consumers are not very knowledgeable about the wine they drink, any wine in the $10 to $20 bottle range can be considered a competitor as well. Beer and liquor are also substitutes for wine, therefore they can be considered indirect competitors to Tangent wines.
And now we are going to evaluate the 7 tactics that we came up with to help Tangent wines beat the competition. For the first tactic, Tangent Wine should run special pricing in partnership with its distribution partners, supported by point-of-sale promotional materials. Tangent Wine should provide incentives to distributors and suppliers based on performance-based volume increases. Distribution is critical in an ever-crowded market. If the wine is not offered, it cannot be sold. The second tactic that Tangent should employ is to provide incentives for suppliers and restaurants to select Tangent as the house pour. This tactic would accomplish 2 things. 1, it would drive volume, and 2, it would greatly improve brand familiarity. It effectively provides a tasting for new customers who can convert to loyal brand customers once they have tried this high quality and highly rated product. In doing so, it can drive important word-of-mouth promotion. The third tactic is to develop a branding plan that is centered around storytelling about the brand and its unique features, and with a particular emphasis on the origins of the multi-generational family business and its focus on sustainability and environmental stewardship. The branding plan should maintain a laser focus on the targeted demographic of millennial women. Develop a new wine label that communicates the unique company message and image more effectively to the target demographic. It is especially important for wine companies, through storytelling, to offer a unique selling proposition to the consumer. This way, the customer not only buys the wine as a high-quality product, but purchases it for the story behind it. Our fourth recommended tactic to Tangent is to develop a limited direct advertising plan to be undertaken in partnership with companies wanting to leverage the good corporate citizen image of Tangent's sustainable branding plan. Needless to say, care must be taken to ensure that the branding is mutually compatible. This is a great idea because it would be too expensive for one company to do it. And there would also not be any incentive for one company to do it, because then other organic vineyards will reap the benefits of that one company that took initiative. To assure compatibility, the direct advertising should advertise all aspects of organic wine that all the companies want and agree on. These aspects could include the human health benefit, the environmental benefit, or both. The fifth tactic that we recommend is for Tangent to develop a PR plan that is centered around increasing consumer awareness of the brand. The company should consider engaging a professional PR firm and/or a full-time writer to drive internal web traffic and external brand recognition. PR is a significant opportunity that can be exploited by leveraging the unique SIP certification of Tangent. For tactic number 6, Tangent Wines should develop tactics and strategies to increase web traffic and to drive direct-to-customer sales. A part-time or full-time web salesperson should be employed on an incentive commission basis, with their compensation coming from any difference or increase in sales. Just like the internal PR employee that we proposed, this employee should be thoroughly trained and taught about the company values and mission. By paying them on a commission basis, they truly become part of the family, because as Tangent thrives, they thrive, and vice versa. This is a critical time for Tangent because they want to gain market share while the organic market is still relatively untapped. They need a web sales employee who really cares, wants to help the company, and make decisions with the long-term success of the company in mind. Finally, tactic number 7, Tangent Wine should aggressively develop an online and social media action plan, culminating in Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram sites, with a focus on Facebook. Tangent should employ a dedicated web marketing sales team member who can handle the combination of direct sales, social media, and online PR. Having a large social media presence provides a quick and easy method of communicating with customers. You can send out discounts or update customers on new products in an instant. It also provides customers a chance to give feedback. The page would effectively act as a second Tangent website, as you could post URLs that directly link to Tangent's online store. It also opens Tangent up to a whole new market of adamant Facebook users. While it is uncommon for the average web surfer to stumble upon Tangent's website, it would not be unusual for that to happen on Tangent's Facebook page. Instagram and Twitter are also effective social media websites for marketing and can be used in similar ways as Facebook. If Tangent Wines employs all 7 of these tactics, they should see their strategies fulfilled, and their goal of becoming one of the leading organic wine companies in the United States to be fulfilled. Thank you for watching.